kids, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to read a fairy tale. Yes, the name of the tale is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Let's start reading. These are the seven dwarfs. Sleepy, who looks always sleepy, bashful. He's so shy. Sneezy. Achoo. I'm sorry. Doopy. He is looking so funny. Happy. This looks so happy all the time. And Doc. He looks like a doctor. And the last one is Grumpy. He looks so angry. His nose is red. Isn't he angry? Yes. So let's start reading. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Read along with me. Long ago there lived a princess named Snow White. She was a beautiful princess, and like all princesses, she lived in a castle. Her stepmother, the queen, also lived in the castle. The queen had a magic mirror. Every day she looked into the mirror and asked the same thing. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all? The mirror always gave her the same answer. Oh, queen, you are the fairest one of all. But one day the mirror had a different answer. Snow White is the fairest in the land. It said. The proud queen became very angry. She wanted to be the most beautiful lady in the land. The queen sent for a woodman. Take Snow White away, she told him. She must never come back to the castle. You must kill her. The woodman took Snow White into the woods. But he could not kill the sweet princess. He loved her too much. Instead, he said, Run away, child, quickly. You must hide from the queen. She wants to kill you. Snow White ran through the woods as fast as she could. It was very dark under the trees, and she heard scary noises. But still she ran on. At last, Snow White could run no more. She fell to the ground and cried herself to sleep. Oh, two rabbits hopped up to sit by Snow White. A little bird flew down and sang to her. Then two deer came to stand behind her, and a raccoon and a turtle sat by her feet. Snow White awoke and sat up. She was not afraid anymore. A friendly animal led her along a little path. Soon they came to a small house. Snow White tapped at the door. Knock, knock. Is anyone home? She called. The animals pushed open the door. Snow White followed them into the house. She saw a table and 7 little chairs. There were also 7 little bowls. My goodness, she said. 7 little children must live here. I wonder where they are. She went to the kitchen. What a mess! These are certainly 7 messy little children, she said. I think I'll clean their house for them. Then perhaps they will let me live here with them. Not far away, 7 little men were climbing out of a cave. They had been working there all day, digging diamonds. Now it was time to go home. As they walked through the woods, they sang, Hee-ho, it's home from work we go. Hee-ho, 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 hee-ho. The 7 dwarfs walked up to the very house where Snow White was sleeping. It was their house. There's a light in our house, said one. Somebody must be in there, said another. The noise woke up the Snow White. She sat up, her eyes wide open. Oh my, she said. You are not children, you are little men. That is right, said one of the dwarfs. But who are you? I am Snow White, said the princess. So the 7 dwarfs took Snow White downstairs. It was getting late and they were very hungry. Snow White cooked supper for everybody. It was easy with so many people to help. This is the best food I ever ate, said Happy. Even Grumpy did not look at grumpy as usual. It was just like having a party with Snow White at the table. Later that night, the dwarfs sat in a circle around Snow White. The princess told the little man about the wicked queen who wanted to kill her. Oh, Snow White, you must stay here and live with us, said Dog. We will hide you from the queen. The next morning, the dog went off to work. Snow White waved goodbye to them. Don't let anybody in, Dog told her. The queen may be looking for you. But the queen was not looking for Snow White. She was looking into her magic mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, now who's the fairest one of all? She asked. The mirror answered. In the house of the 7 dwarfs, Snow White still lives. She is the fairest one of all. Snow White still lives, cried the angry queen. We'll see about that. She rushed down the steep and winding stairs to a secret room under the castle wall. In the dark pale place, the queen grabbed a dusty bottle from the shelf. She took a long drink from the old bottle. Poof! She turned into Ugly Witch. Then the witch took 2 more bottles, a green bottle and a red one. She poured them into a big iron pot. She was making a magic brew. Next, the old witch dipped an apple in the pot. One taste of this, she said, and Snow White's eye will close forever. The witch took the magic apple to the house of 7 dwarfs. There she found Snow White with her animal friends. All alone, my pet, said the wicked witch. Here, take one of my lovely apples. Thank you, said Snow White, and she took a big bite. Suddenly she fell to ground. Her eyes were closed, as if in a deep sleep. Ah, cried the wicked witch, my spell has worked. Snow White sleeps. I hope she sleeps forever. The queen did not see all the animals running off into the woods. The animals ran to the cave of the 7 dwarfs. Something is wrong, said Dog. Snow White must be in trouble, said Happy. The 7 dwarfs raced home to help the princess. The wicked witch saw the dwarfs coming. She began to run. She ran so fast, she didn't look where she was going, and that was the end of her. The dwarfs found Snow White in a deep sleep. Wake up, said Dog, tugging at her hand. Wake up, please, wake up, cried the others. But no matter what they did, they could not wake the princess. The dwarfs made a beautiful golden bed. They put a Snow White on it. Day after day they watched over her. Day after day they placed flowers on her, and still the princess slept. Time passed. Then one day, a prince came riding his horse into the woods. He had heard of the princess who lay sleeping there on her golden bed. The handsome prince found the sleeping princess. He saw that she was more beautiful than the flowers around her bed. He bent down and kissed her. Snow White opened her eyes. At last the wicked spell was broken. She sat up, smiling at the handsome prince. How the dwarfs cheered! How they laughed and danced and sang! The prince put Snow White on his horse and carried her off to his castle. There they were married and lived happily ever after, and the 7 dwarfs came often to visit at their castle. So, kids, this is the end of the story. Do you like Snow White or these 7 little dwarfs? Okay, do you like the story? Okay, subscribe my channel for more videos. Okay, bye-bye.